Hey guys, and welcome to our channel. So if you are new here, welcome. My name is Sade, and I am the owner of Third Generation Conjure. So if you are new here, Third Generation Conjure, we are a family-owned company. We specialize in spiritual supplies and services to help you along your spiritual journey. So for today's video, we are talking about the upcoming ritual that is coming up, which is Fiery Wall of Protection. So, I just wanted to come on and talk about protection, how protection works, and what are some things that you can do to enhance your protection and also to enhance your results of this ritual. Okay, so without further ado, make sure that you like and subscribe and that you follow us on our social media platforms. So, our Instagram is Third Generation Conjure, TikTok is the official TGC, Facebook is Third Generation Conjure, and you can find us on our website, which is www.thirdgenerationconjure.com if you need to order any kind of spiritual services or supplies, or just learn a little bit more about us as a company. Me, Sade, and Mama Conjure, Conjure Bay. So if you've been with us for a while, you know exactly who we are. But if you're new, you can find us on our social media platforms and on our website. So without further ado, we're going to talk about protection work. So what is protection work? Protection work is a spiritual energetic work, okay? And when you do protection work, it is completed to protect you in all aspects. So that can be used for your physical protection, spiritual protection, emotional protection, financial protection. Now, a lot of people are drawn into spirituality because of the need to protect their energy, okay? That's what gets a lot of people on board. And although it's not a glamorous work, a lot of people see it as boring. Most of the boring works that you're going to do is going to be the most important. So it may not always be something that's fun or that you physically see manifestations of, but it is an important work for you to do. And I'll talk about seeing manifestations as far as protection work is concerned. And I talked about this in the past. I don't like to see my protection work working. I just want to be protected from, those situations that are going to cause me harm in any kind of way. So we talk about protection work, but this ritual and the work that I always talk about is Fiery Wall of Protection. So Fiery Wall is a more potent working. It offers an extra layer of protection. So, I know we've been one of the first people that you heard talking about it probably, and I talk about layers of protection. So when we come to layers, when we're talking about layers and hoodoo and in your workings, layers are multiple workings that you do to reinforce one working. Okay, so if you were trying to do let's say you were trying to manifest something, okay? Something in particular, let's say a particular job. Now, you do have to let your workings go, and you have to let your works go, and you have to detach in order for things to manifest. So if you were doing something for let's say, like I said, a job, one working. So you'll do that working, you'll let it go and detach so that can manifest. Something like protection, that's something that you have to do on a consistent basis, okay? Because it's something that you're always going to need. It's not one work that you do and then you're protected forever for the rest of your life. These are workings that you layer on top of each other. So, something like Fiery Wall, that's working that you want to continuously layer. Something like uncrossing, because you can get energy attached to you at any given time. So it's important for those type of works. Those are workings that you layer and that you continue to do. Okay. Even things like money drawing, if you were running like a business or even just in general, you constantly need money. So those are workings that you're going to constantly make sure that you layer and make sure that you do. And when we talk about layers, we're talking about doing more than one working. So, doing this ritual in Fiery Wall, you got two layers because Fiery Wall itself is an additional layer. Then you got the ritual. If you go take a spiritual bath with Fiery Wall, that's another layer. If you take the powder and you lay it around your home, that's another layer. If you go do a cleanse on your home and you lay down protection salt, that's an additional layer. If you decide to go do a protection jar, which I'm going to have, some content coming out this week to show you how to do a protection jar. So make sure you stay tuned this week. That's another layer. So these are consistent layers of protection to further reinforce and enhance your working. So, and just remember that this is a lifestyle. So I've been doing this on the internet. I've been doing hoodoo for many, many years, but on the internet itself, I've been running my business for coming on 5 years. So I've seen people come and go. I've seen fly by night people who are not really serious about their path. The people who are really serious about their path, they're going to stay consistent, and they're going to keep doing their workings, and making sure that they're practicing it as a lifestyle. So why is protection work important? I will say this is one of the most important workings that you can do. It's always going to be important for you to know. If you don't know nothing else, you need to know how to uncross, and you need to know how to protect yourself. Okay. So protection work is used to shield you from unseen forces. So from things that you can't see. So this will be a working that helps you to create a barrier against harmful energies. And these can be negative emotions, even things that you may have crossed yourself up with, ill intentions. It could be evil eyes or psychic attacks. So when we talk about evil eyes, a lot of people don't understand that an evil eye can be sent to you unintentionally. Ill intentions can be sent unintentionally. You can have someone that's in your family or friends that give you an evil eye. They may not necessarily want to see you hurt, but they may have some jealousy towards you. And that's a way that the evil eye and things can penetrate you. And then before you know it, whatever it is that they're jealous about, you have lost it because you haven't protected it. So, just be mindful of that. Okay. Protection work also helps you to maintain spiritual boundaries. So once again, that's protection from unwanted energies penetrating your aura, penetrating your space. So even if it's unwanted energies from spiritual realms or entities or spirits, someone trying to send that type of energy towards you, this is to protect you from those negative attachments, even things like poltergeists, which are created just based on emotion. So they're not a physical entity or spirit that has walked this earth, but these are actually things that are created based on emotions. So, I'll give an example. Like, let's just say a graveyard, for instance, okay? A graveyard may not be physically haunted by spirits that have walked this earth. The energy you may feel in that are poltergeists, okay? So what are people doing when they're at a graveyard? They're crying, they're sad, they're depressed most of the time. They may be angry. So that energy kind of balls up and creates this poltergeist, which can attach itself to you and affect you, okay? Same as if you're in a home, okay? If you notice that you've been in a room in particular and you've been crying in that room, and that room is a mess and it's cluttered, that can create a poltergeist, and that can start affecting you, okay? So protection is also to protect you from those type of attachments as well. Okay, so protection work also can help you enhance your focus and your clarity. So this is once again helping you to maintain a clear environment, which can also help you to accomplish your goals. Also, keeping up on your protection work will protect you during vulnerability. So, when you are spiritually vulnerable, such as being in the astral realm, this could be being in the dream world, okay? Also, when you are doing work, if you're doing anything, conjure work, you're conjuring spirits, you are vulnerable. And people don't understand that, when you're in this type of field, and even if you're working for yourself, you have to take precautions and be careful. But especially if you're a practitioner and you're working for other people, that energy can affect you. And then next thing you know, your life is going chaotic and you haven't done anything differently but worked for these different people, and you're not protecting your energy, okay? And their energy is penetrating your aura. Even if you're not doing physical work, if you were doing things like channeling, you're doing tarot readings, something of that nature, you want to make sure that you stay spiritually protected as well. It's so important, okay? So I've always usually done videos on how to prepare for a ritual. I did get out of it because I felt like it was kind of redundant. Everyone knew how to prepare for a ritual, but even for the new people, these are just some ways for you to prepare for a ritual. So you want to make sure that you take a spiritual cleanse. When you take spiritual cleanses, you take that for a span of 3 days. So I would take a spiritual cleanse with a fiery wall of protection, or even like an uncrossing bath. So the fiery wall of protection is going to add an additional layer. It's going to remove anything that has attached itself to you. Okay. Also, it's going to form a layer of protection as well. And some alternatives for a spiritual cleanse, you can use sea salt. I haven't talked about this, but baking soda is good and a good stripper. You can use something as far as coffee. Coffee is used to strip energy, even if you have something like a white bath. That is those are some good alternatives for you. And anytime that you are stripping, and when you're doing a spiritual cleanse, you're stripping, okay? So you're removing something, you have to replace it. Okay, it's kind of like, I know Mama Conjure used an analogy on one of the clubhouses that we did. You know, when you're in the world, you're getting in contact with all these germs and things of that nature. So it's equivalent to like a bath that you'll just take for hygiene, okay? But when you're taking a spiritual bath, this is for your spiritual hygiene. So when you take that cleanse and you're removing all that earthly dirt, when you get out, you have to put some type of moisture back into your skin. So, you know, maybe you put on some lotion or you put on some type of oil, and that is where your conditioned oils come in, okay? And that is to protect, okay? Because when you cleanse, you are open and you are spiritually vulnerable because you're open, okay? So make sure that you are anointing with your protection oils as well, whether that's fiery wall or whether that is protection oil in general. Okay, so in this practice of hoodoo and conjure work, we pay homage to the ancestors, okay? The belief is that the ancestors have the ability to affect things and help you and assist you in this physical realm. But with anything, guys, you don't get something for nothing, okay? It's an exchange of energy. So when you give an offering, even if that's putting some fresh flowers on your altar, you know, giving some coffee, giving pouring a libation, you know, giving a food offering, you're giving something, okay? And you're putting towards that energy. Even if you sit down and you're communicating with your ancestors and you're, you know, talking to them, that's energy, okay? And when I say an exchange of energy, you know, I think people kind of get that mixed up. So, you know, even what I notice is I've done work for people that I've helped out, but when people actually pay for their work, they see better results because they're exchanging energy. When you're doing something for somebody for free and you're constantly doing it, whether that's, I'm not saying in my eyes like a customer type relationship, but even if it's like someone that I'm doing work for and they don't know I'm doing it for them, like a family member, eventually you'll notice that there has to be some type of energetic exchange with that, okay? So for it to continue to work to the optimal ability. So, you know, that's just kind of like off topic about the exchange of energy. So make sure that there is an exchange of energy. So anytime you're working with spirit, you're working with ancestors, you know, even if you get into working with different deities, there is something that you have to give in order to receive. So that's where your offerings come in at. Also, perform additional workings. These are things as far as layers of protection like we just talked about. So, you know, in addition to cleansing your body, cleanse your space. You can do an ammonia cleanse in your home. Lay down protection powder around the thresholds of your door, in the corners of your home. Even if that's salt, laying down salt as well, which is good for protection and also good for cleansing. Even doing something like I stated, I'm going to post a protection jar tutorial for you guys. So, you know, doing a protection jar as another layer of protection. Also, make sure to put those babies in your protection jars and your petitions. You know, protect your family, protect your home as well. Make sure that you cover all bases, okay? So let's talk about petitions. So I always give a sample petition. Now, I do recommend that you alter whatever it is that you need to alter, or you add whatever it is that you need to add. But petitions are basically your declaration to spirit and to the universe, okay? Petitions are affirming, so they should always be more of a declaration, meaning that you should use the present tense. So I'll give you an example. This is just an example of a sample petition. So I, Jane Doe, born September 21st, 2024, call on all ancestors that walk and assist me, source and all energies of protection. I'm protected by a fiery wall of protection against all ill will and evil. I'm protected in all aspects, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially. My home, my family, and my relationships are shielded and protected. Nothing penetrates this wall. I am protected against all that does not serve my highest good. And so it is done. Okay, so that is a petition affirming this protection. Okay, so and you know, if you're participating in the ritual, that would be a petition that you can send over to us for your ritual. Also, if you are doing a protection jar, that's a petition that you can put in there as well. If you want to put other specific names such as your children, your spouse, things of that nature, make sure to add that as well. And with that, and you know, and I'll tell you in the video what to do with that protection jar, but that will be something that's coming up this week. So make sure that you tune in to our social media, so our TikTok, our Facebook, and our Instagram as well for that. Okay. And I do want to make one more point before I end this. You know, a lot of times we can see things working as far as workings are concerned, or as far as rituals or spells that you do. You can see that working as far as like money work, road opening. Protection is a working that I don't want to see working. Okay. I just want to know that I'm protected. I'm protected from harm. I'm not having a lot of crazy things going on with me. Things are just kind of calm and kind of smooth. Okay. Sometimes you'll see it working, like maybe you're driving and, you know, a car almost hits you or something like that. That may be something that you see. You might be like, ooh, my protection work is working. Or maybe it's like, you know, someone was calling you to start some mess and you missed their call or something. You know, those are ways that you can see it working. But a lot of times you don't see it physically working, which is something that like I stated before, I don't want to see. So and also, you know, keep in mind too, fiery wall of protection is a very powerful protection work. And so whatever it is that is not beneficial for you, it will remove it. So, you know, I do like to give people that warning. So, you know, if that's a friendship, a relationship that's not beneficial for you and for your growth, you know, fiery wall of protection can remove that from your life. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. All right. But once again, make sure that you like, you follow, and you subscribe to our channel. I promise I'm going to have some more content and some more learning tools and things coming up. So please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. And if you know, want to follow our social media, if you're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, our Instagram is Third Generation Conjure. TikTok is the official TGC. Facebook is Third Generation Conjure, and I do post educational content across those platforms. And of course, if you want to sign up for the ritual, it is happening on September the 21st, and I'll have that open until the day before. So the cutoff will be September the 20th, and you can find that at www.thirdgenerationconjure.com. We also have prep bundles that includes the oil, the bath, and the powder that you can get. And I'll probably cut that off a couple days before the ritual because it won't be there in time. But, you know, you can find that on our website too. But until next time, guys, bye-bye.